minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. We're trying to get healthy, Robin. And so, in our efforts to be healthy, we went to, was it Rainbow Springs State Park that we walked 3 miles, Robin?
Oh, yeah.
It was Rainbow Springs, okay. So we went to Rainbow Springs State Park. And by the way, I know that it's, many of you know Rainbow Springs, but if you go to the back where the rodeo used to be back in the day when it was a tourist attraction, now they have this awesome trail that goes through the old strip mining things where they got the lime rock, the lime rock, whatever, back in the 1800s. So you can walk through that. It's a 3-mile trail, and it's very cool. So we were trying to be healthy. So after the 3-mile walk, like the next day, my feet were killing me. They were really hurting. So I went online to ask, what can I do to speed up the process of getting that to be fixed? And one of the things said curcumin?
Yes.
So what it's called? Okay,
yes.
Curcumin. And then I watched the video on curcumin, and the guy on the video said, if you're going to take curcumin, make sure you have plenty of black pepper with it. So I said, black pepper? So I said, well, I'm not going to take a spoonful of black pepper. So I made some eggs, and I put, I don't know if it worked or not. The time cures everything, though, for me. So
yes, it does.
Everything's good now, but I have somebody on the phone who I know knows. In fact, I remember thinking of David Foreman when I was first looking at this stuff. So David Foreman is on the phone. He's been in the studio one time. He's the Herbal Pharmacist, which now you know why I was thinking of David. He is the American Heart Association's new report. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about, the American Heart Association's new report?
Yes.
Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer worldwide. Good morning, David. How you doing?
Good morning, and the curcumin advice was really good, and the black pepper, yeah, that's you can actually buy that stuff already made up now, Larry, too, so you don't have to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't have to get. I mean, at my house, I do two things. I use the spiced turmeric, which is where curcumin comes from. So I take either turmeric by mouth in a capsule on days that I don't eat it, or when I do eat it. Usually, I've got a pepper grinder anyway, so black pepper goes along with it. But yeah, that's part of my staple, man. I'm telling you.
Really? So okay. So can we just stay on that for a second before we go to the heart disease part of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
What exactly does it do? Because I was just basically my feet were hurting. Well, specifically they were a little swollen, and I was thinking, but that doesn't look good. So that's why I was really doing it, and it went away. But what?
Right. All right. So two things can happen there. All right. So what curcumin or turmeric does is it helps your body in its fight against inflammation. So now you might be thinking because your feet were swollen, that's inflammation, and yeah, it is. But in your case, probably the swelling or inflammation was more of fluid that, because as you walk, gravity does its thing, and
right.
And you're a tall guy. I mean, you're a big guy. So for you, for like usually taller people. They're more likely to get what we call in medicine pooling of fluids,
right,
in the lower half of your body. Usually hips down. Usually starts in the feet and ankles. Some people will end up noticing their socks get tighter, their calves get swollen.
Right.
And people that have it even worse, they may even feel it in their knees. And so I mean, yeah, curcumin is really good for the post-workout, a 3-mile walk on a nature walk like you guys are talking about. That's exercise, and so it helps cut down on the inflammation that could be anywhere in your body, not just your joints, but it could be muscular, it could be in your cardiovascular system. But
okay.
So anyway, I don't know. I'm giving you a long-winded answer, but what might have been best is for you to lay on a sofa and put your feet up on the arms of the sofa. That way that your feet are above your chest, and it'll get the fluid out of your feet, and that pain would have gone away a lot quicker.
Oh, okay. But did I let's see, did I sabotage my attempts by putting the pepper on eggs? Like
No.
Okay.
No. Matter of fact, the really cool thing is like when you think about natural medicine, and this is where I like to go to my herbal, pharmacist. The supplements are really supposed to be like food to your body. So your body's actually used to getting whatever it needs from food, not from a capsule or tablet. So anytime I can incorporate that into a meal, then yeah, I think there's no reason. I mean, there are those exceptions to the rules, so I don't want to get into hair splitting with people. But in your case, no, it's not a big deal. I mean, I would put turmeric in and pepper on whatever, put it in my chili or put it on my eggs like you did, or no worries.
Oh, and there was another thing, not that this one applies to me, I hope, but there was a thing this morning about cinnamon and diabetes. Have you ever heard of this?
Yeah, that's actually been it's probably been 8 or 10 years at least that's been a topic of conversation, and that cinnamon can help with people with type 2 diabetes primarily. Actually, anything that you do for someone that has type 2 diabetes will help usually someone with the insulin-dependent version, in that it'll maybe help them, get better blood sugar control, less peaks and valleys, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
do you know what I've noticed though when I look at these articles, whether it's honey or any of these other things we're talking about, it would always have almost like a mini disclaimer in the article. It would always say, although the jury is still out on this, and then they'll go on with the whole thing.
But it's true, and it depends on. I've been doing a lot of writing lately for magazines. I actually just wrote my second book. It's coming out in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
It's on children. It's really on kind of how to build a foundational health program for children.
Oh, really, David? We do a radio show. You should come on and promote.
I know, right?
Oh, that's right.
Come on. You guys know though. I'm not like the self-promoting guy, right? I mean, I enjoy helping people, and I always, not to get overly spiritual on people, but I always feel like, if I'm doing the right thing and with the right heart, God will take care of the rest of it for me, and that's
right.
The way So I'm not on here to pump up a book or anything like that. But
you're welcome to. You're welcome to do that.
All right, cool. We'll do that.
Well, you know what it is. I mean, I'm not being spiritual either, but I really feel like I have a responsibility to the listeners, and if I find good information that's going to help them, then why not? Why not bring it on the radio?
That's right.
Well, I appreciate that, and the cool thing is, and you were talking about, you were thinking of me with your curcumin black pepper thing.
Yeah.
So about a half hour ago, I was making green tea at home, and I'm like, oh man, I think every time I'm on with Robin and Larry, I'm like, we talk about your green tea. So I was like, it was making me think of you, man. I'm like, and periodically when I shut my mouth and let you talk, I take a sip of my green tea while we're doing this.
Me too. I have it here too. I think I told you I completely gave up. Oh, that's why you thought of it, didn't? Okay.
Right.
But I have a question about the green tea. Because I went. What was the day? It was the day after the Powerball. Mm-hmm. Okay, I didn't win the Powerball. Okay, but they had black tea, Lipton normal tea on sale. You buy one get one free. So I felt like I won Powerball.
Yeah.
So now I have a lot of regular tea bags.
That's okay. Black tea is super healthy as well, and I think even coffee gets a bad rap. It's the coffee in excess that becomes a problem. I mean, I think I've been telling you guys for years. I can tell you that every morning I wake up and I have a cup of coffee. I mean, one of the first things I do is I get coffee from either make it at home or I run out to a store to get it. And I do some reading in the morning, and then the rest of the time it's green tea or water for me. And occasionally, I'm not going to lie to people, occasionally, a glass of wine. So I do enjoy an adult beverage.
What was today's day? Today is a National Something Day with food. But the thing I want to tell you about coffee is that I haven't quit it completely. I allow myself to have
National Chocolate Mint Day.
Yeah, today's National Chocolate Mint Day. Yes.
Yeah, and National Eyelash Day.
National Eyelash Day too.
So pretty
Robin,
eyelashes.
Robin, you're a rock star. You're like Googling stuff. Is that what was going on there?
No, she knows.
No, that was his
topic.
topic.
Oh my God, Robin, I'm impressed. High five to you.
Thank you.
But here's
Stanford to Ocala, high five.
But here's the secret to a good cup of coffee. You ready? If you don't drink coffee for like 2 weeks and then you have a cup, it's really good.
I like that. See, this morning for me, I have jet lag, so for me this morning, the cup of coffee was really good.
Yeah.
Great.
I was like, oh man, this is great. The guy sitting near me He's like, what is your problem?
I think we hijacked the show from David. All right, David wants to
Yeah.
talk about cardiovascular disease and the new American Heart Association report. So we'll take a break and we'll be we'll stop joking around so much. This is why we have you for the whole half hour. Otherwise, you would have lost a whole slot. Here, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A pleasant Friday with sunshine and some clouds, the high 69 to 73. And partly cloudy and cool Friday night with lows ranging from 48 in a few inland spots to 57 along the coast. Partly sunny for Saturday, another nice day, high 73 to 77. For Sunday, some sunshine, high 74 to 78. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business. We also want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2016. We are ready to be of service with our pasture mowing. 352-629-2440. Locally owned and operated, experienced and reliable, commercial and residential, licensed and insured. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Because music stirs up strong emotions, it makes it easier for our brain to store information about that event. Showering less will definitely help most people's complexions because hot showers melt away the oils that seal in moisture and keep skin supple. Dogs are man's best friend, right? But new research from Nature's Scientific Reports now shows that dogs also do nice things for other dogs.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
19 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. David Foreman is on the phone. He's the Herbal Pharmacist. Did I hear him say to you that he was experiencing jet lag, Robin?
Yes, he is.
Jet lag.
He flew in from California, and he'll be flying out again tonight.
Are you there? You're there a lot, aren't you, David?
Yeah, I am. I have multiple reasons to be there now, though. I have, getting personal, I do a lot of work out there in L.A., San Diego, and actually the whole coast, the West Coast. But
really,
I actually have a girlfriend now that I don't normally talk about, and she's from Oceanside, California. So
you'll be moving. You'll be out there.
No, actually, it's really funny. I will not be moving. When I moved here years ago, I promised my kids I would not move away until they went to college, and I have 4. My daughter's a freshman, so I have 3.5 more years, and I keep my promises. So
okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
So
for 4.5 years.
I want to ask you something. I want to read you something. I did Google something because we had this come up, but I didn't want to do it off the top of my head. It says, in the United Kingdom, Brits' high daily consumption of saturated and trans fats, chief suspects among risk factors for heart disease, is actually topped by those living in Germany, Belgium, and France. Yet these 3 salami-eating countries boast fewer heart disease deaths than the United Kingdom, according to the British Heart Foundation. And basically, I'll just paraphrase the rest of it. France, apparently, they smoke a lot, they eat a lot of this bad stuff, and they have the lowest heart disease rate.
Yeah, and I have a follow-up to what you just said in that they're only looking at one thing in lifestyle. They're looking at the saturated fat, trans fat part of it, and there are ways to cheat, I guess you could say. And so there might be other things in those other cultures' daily routine lifestyles that offset the fact that they eat that stuff. So I think that's why, and when you study anything, you can twist the numbers to mean or say whatever you want. That's one of the cool things that I think I got out of my pharmacy degree back years ago. Probably another reason I just got asked to be on a scientific advisory board for an organization called Organic and Natural Health Association, and I like science, and so yeah, I get it, Larry. Diet high in saturated fats, but why are there fewer heart attacks? I think it could be something else in there. Maybe they're more active. Maybe they're less active. Maybe
they walk more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Or ride bicycles. Don't they ride bicycles a lot in France?
Yeah, they do. Matter of fact, a lot of the towns. I mean, people are not like here in the United States where you pretty much have to get in a car to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And so I think that plays a lot in it. And I know the topic I was gonna we were gonna talk about today is heart disease, and we're in February, so yeah, it makes more sense. It's Heart Month, and but the thing that blows me away, and this is going from my pharmacy background. There are things that people take or keep in their house on a daily basis that are over-the-counter medications that contribute to increasing your risk of a stroke or heart attack.
Really?
And we often think that these things are perfectly safe because you can buy them over the counter. You can buy them at 7-Eleven. You can buy them at Circle K. You can buy them at Publix. You can buy them.
Like pain relievers?
Oh, like Milky Way bars or something?
Well, no, we're talking about just over-the-counter medications, although I think a Milky Way might be thrapy for a few people.
Or like Advil or something.
Yeah, like ibuprofen, which is Advil, Motrin, and even naproxen, the Aleve. And I learned that back in pharmacy school, and yet somehow, for some reason, people just don't realize that it can increase your risk of a stroke or heart attack.
Oh, really?
And a lot of cold medicines, things like anything that has a decongestant in it. So if it says decongestant on it, those also can increase. And so I'm encouraging people, like if you're using those things on a regular basis, even if you're a healthy individual, you don't have you could still possibly develop heart disease by taking those things. So I'm encouraging people to either back off on them, not use them, or if it's something that you feel like or your doctor's suggested you take on a daily basis, go back to your doctor or your pharmacist and say, hey, what can I do? What else can I do? And then for people like me who have a family history of heart disease, or even though I don't have signs and symptoms of it, or for those people that actually
knock on wood. You'll find some wood right now. You got to knock on it.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
There,
sorry, I'm just looking out for you.
Yeah,
it's a solid wood desk. You heard? Okay, there you go. It's good thing my dog's not here right now. Should be barking.
Is there a difference between the ethnicities as to who gets heart disease more, or is it straight across the board? That people are people.
No. I can tell you that Hispanics and blacks are much more likely to have problems with cardiovascular disease, like significantly more. And I think again, part of that is, part of it is just that it's part of the cultural lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And I was a guest on a TV show in Sarasota a couple weeks back, and it's called Black Almanac. So the majority of the program is viewed in, or the majority of the viewership, are black people, and the guy that's been hosting it's 70-something-year-old black gentleman, and it was funny because I'm always cautious about how I bring up that topic because
you're
I'm
white.
not black. Yeah, right. I'm not Hispanic, and so people sometimes go, well, dude, especially nowadays, well, dude, you're picking on, I'm like, no, I'm not.
What was that accent right there?
You know what I'm doing. So anyway, so yeah, but yeah, there are ethnic, things that open you up. But there are three things that I do on a religious daily basis that I take as supplements that I feel are the proactive preventative strike. And if I already have a condition, there's science even showing it can help reverse. So the three things are, first, vitamin K, more specifically vitamin K2.
K2, okay.
Yeah, K2. Actually, there's a patented trademark version called MENA, MENA Q7. And Meta Q7 is really easy to find. Like, you can find it at CVS, you can find it at Target in the Ollie brand vitamins. I mean, you can find it at your health food store. But Meta Q7, the science shows that what it does is it activates a certain protein in your body that makes sure your calcium that's in your body goes to where it's supposed to. You want your calcium to go to your bones to strengthen it.
Yeah.
You don't want your calcium in your arteries because that's what leads to calcification or can lead to calcification in your arteries. So, and actually a 3-year study showed that taking that on a religious, regular basis increased flexibility in the arteries and increased bone density. So,
really?
Q7, yeah.
All right, can I slip in a question? One of somebody we know, his wife posted on Facebook, pray for Brad, for those local, Brad Nimmo, because he's in the hospital. And then when they get to the hospital, one of them posts on Facebook, low magnesium. What does low magnesium? What is magnesium? How do we get low in it?
Oh, in America, we are so low, and it's because we eat so many processed foods now. You really need to eat. Magnesium is probably the highest concentration in nuts, and then the next highest would be in your greens. And most people just don't eat green foods anymore unless they're artificially colored green. Another one that plays along that role with magnesium is vitamin D. And I mentioned earlier the Organic and Natural Health Association. They just launched an international initiative they're studying vitamin D. Like, do you know what your vitamin D level is?
No, have no idea.
No. Well, yeah. Well, you can go to their website, Organic and Natural Health Association. There should be a link. There's going to be a website called Power of D any day now. So Power of D. But you can order your own vitamin D test kit, and we now know that low vitamin D levels is linked to, besides bone health issues, it's linked to heart health issues and different forms of immune challenges. And I mean, the list is kind of endless. And you'd think that we live in Florida, we get a lot of sun, we wouldn't be at risk for. Yeah, that's not true. And I think a lot of it has to do with, one, we're covering up, two, we're wearing sunscreen, and so for me, like, I had my vitamin D levels checked like 2 or 3 years ago by a friend of mine, and I was borderline, and I started immediately taking a vitamin D supplement. And I do play golf. I am an active guy. I do get outside, but you know what? I do use sunscreen. And so, you need that UV light to convert your cholesterol into vitamin D. So, there's a lot of
you got a lot of energy. You don't sound like you have jet lag. You sound pretty motivated.
I know we're running out of time. I just don't want to. I don't want to short you, man. That's all. You know me.
Well, yeah, we are out of time. We got like less than a minute. David Foreman. Let's see. Go to herbalpharmacist.com. I just went there. I see the new picture of you, but you're looking sharp. No wonder you have a new girlfriend.
Well, it's funny. I kept her under wraps for a while. We've been going out for a little over 8.5 months now, and yeah, she's cool. It's nice to have like a sane, normal person in my life. It's kind of cool.
Oh, that's wonderful. You gotta appreciate it.
I know, right?
Well, one day come to the studio and bring her along, and we'll go to the commissary with you guys.
Yes, we will.
I love it. Sounds great. You guys have a good one. Okay.
David Foreman, thank you so much. Go to his website, herbalpharmacist.com. Thank you, David. We will be right back.
News Radio, I'm Pam Puso. Harper Lee has died. The award-winning author of To Kill a Mockingbird was 89. Respects are being paid to a late legal giant.
Justice Antonin Scalia's flag-draped casket arrived amid a huge but near silent crowd, escorted up the marble steps by Supreme Court police and dozens of former law clerks.
Fox's Jared Halpern outside the Supreme Court. Among those paying tribute today, President Obama and the First Lady. Ted Cruz is talking about the High Court.
Every justice that I appoint to the Supreme Court will be a principled constitutionalist who will be faithful and will protect the Bill of Rights.
Cruz at a rally in Columbia, South Carolina, ahead of tomorrow's Republican primary. The Vatican says comments made by Pope Francis about Donald Trump's views on immigration were in no way a personal attack. Fox News, we report, you decide.
For your best-looking lawn, Ace has the national brands and the local expertise you need. Right now, Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S Weed and Feed is just $20.99 after $2 instant savings. Stop by Ace today and get the lawn you've always wanted with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S Weed and Feed. Now just $20.99 each, only at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace Rewards members get savings instantly in store. Offer valid now through 2/29 at participating stores. Covers 5,000 square feet. Store stock only. See store for details. Limit 2.
Jerry opened the letter. An eviction notice? He and his family couldn't bear to move again. They just settled in. It was warm and they had plenty of space for their acorns. Jerry panicked. Anxiety took a hold of him. Then suddenly...
Yep, you've got squirrels in your engine. Looks like they chewed through the wiring.
And it was covered, thanks to a farmer's agent. Engine Bay Squatters, May 23rd, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
That's some jingle, and that one we have farmers. Bum, 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 bum. It's very catchy, isn't it?
Very catchy.
Jerry Steele is on the phone from Jerry's Pawn and Gun. Hey, Jerry. Are you there?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, I was talking to a customer and y'all broke in on me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Guess I'll have to go ahead and do my ad while you. Lord me, you caught me at a bad time. I can't remember what I wanted to say.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about some of the stuff you have for sale.
Oh, well, I want to talk about something to buy.
Oh, what do you got to buy?
Well, just about anything. If you need to borrow some money to pay the income tax, we'll loan you some money. Well, doesn't matter on the diamonds or on the gold or on guns or whatever. We loan money for it and give you a good deal on the interest. Just ask us about it and get a special price on it. And well, anyway, if you get into that kind of a type, come by and see us. And we do take care of a lot of people who are needing money. And even if you just need money to buy groceries, come by and see us. We'll loan you some money and hip you out till Mayday.
You did that the other day.
That's what we always do. Yeah. And come by and see us. And if you have something you want to sell us, but that way we can pawn it. You can get it back at the end of the month. And when you get your income tax back, and take it home with you.
There you go.
Anyway, lots and lots of things out here at Jerry's that we looking for, and any type of good tools, good musical instruments, all kind of stuff that we buy. You just bring it by. We can't give you a price on the telephone, but if you'll bring it down here, we'll give you a price in a hurry. We're looking for all kind of real good guns and any kind of antiques, nice guns, old guns, Smith & Wessons, German Lugers, Colts, Winchester rifles, Marlin rifles, whatever might have. We'll be glad to help you with it. If you have a whole collection, we'll come out to your house and give you a price on them, and you'll know what they're worth. And if you don't want to sell them to us, you don't have to sell them to us. We'll be glad to tell you what they're worth and make you a list, and you can hold on, or you can sell them to us, whatever.
There you go. That's
anyway,
it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to just bring them down here, if you have them, it's no law against bringing them in your trunk of your car and bring them to us. I like for them all to be unloaded, but if they're not, just tell me that, and I will come out and unload them in your car before you bring them in. And we'll just have a good time checking them all out. So
yeah, that's the way you do it. Jerry, what is your phone number?
Phone number 622-3780.
All right.
622-3780.
All right. Well, we'll
been that way for 50 years.
We'll be by there soon. We by the other day, but you were gone. You were not there. We went by you and
Brianna
and Ruben were all out that day. So.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess we took a day off. Okay.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
You too. We'll be right back.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Because music stirs up strong emotions, it makes it easier for our brain to store information about that event. Showering less will definitely help most people's complexions because hot showers melt away the oils that seal in moisture and keep skin supple. Dogs are man's best friend, right? But new research from Nature's Scientific Reports now shows that dogs Also do nice things for other dogs.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Here are today's headlines from The Source, WOCA. The Star Banner is reporting that 2 men were shot to death Wednesday night and early Thursday morning here in Ocala. According to the report, the 2 men are cousins. The report states that the victim of the first shooting death was identified as 40-year-old Mallory Datwon Moten. Moten was shot and killed at 1307 Northwest 12th Avenue here in Ocala. The second victim is identified in the report as 26-year-old Jayra Rains. According to the report, Rains was shot in the parking lot of the Platforms nightclub at 2913 Northeast Jacksonville Road. He was taken to Ocala Regional Medical Center where he died sometime after 4 a.m. Detectives were working to determine if the 2 shootings were related. Anyone with information about the shooting of Moten can call Detective Sean Minucci of the Ocala Police Department at 369-7183. Anyone who knows anything about the shooting of Rains can call Detective Matt Steckman at 369-7147, or to remain anonymous, call Crime Stoppers at 368-STOP. Several women say they were sexually abused by the same massage therapist, and they are suing the businesses that employed him. A civil lawsuit was filed Monday against the Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa in Claremont after a woman claimed she was sexually assaulted by Cesar Guerrero, one of their massage therapists. Claremont police did not charge Guerrero, instead handing the case over to the state attorney's office for review. Guerrero was arrested in December for sexual abuse while working at a Massage Envy location in Winter Garden. Authorities said the Winter Garden case prompted more women to come forward, claiming he also abused them while working in Claremont at Massage Lux in Winter Park. Attorney Adam Horowitz, who is representing some of the women in the lawsuit, said he feels the employers are also responsible for what happened. The Florida House has approved a bill that would make it harder to impose a death sentence. Conservatives like Representative Dennis Baxley from here in Ocala supported the bill because the death penalty has been on hold since January, when the U.S. Supreme Court said the current law is unconstitutional. The new bill would require approval from at least 10 of the 12 jurors before a death sentence could be imposed. Lawmakers are hoping that will be enough of a change to satisfy the Supreme Court and put the executioner back in business. The new bill is a bitter pill for conservatives, but it's the only way to keep the death penalty on the books. Thousands of disabled Floridians could lose their independence because the state does not want to pay their caregivers minimum wage. That is the sobering declaration from Sylvia James Miller with the Florida Developmental Disabilities Council. There are now Department of Labor minimum wage and overtime rules that threaten to put providers out of business, especially those who offer in-home support and companion services, she said. She says the state is trying to bend the rules so they only have to pay caregivers about $4 an hour. If that happens, she says the companies that provide those services will have to be shut down. And food and wine lovers, mark your calendars. Disney has announced the dates for the 2016 Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. The popular event will kick off September 14th and run through November 14th, according to the Disney Parks blog. That means 2 additional weeks of great tasting food, wine, celebrity chefs, concerts, and much more. During its 20th celebration last year, the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival ran for 53 days. This year, it will run for a total of 62 days. Disney has not revealed any information about menu items or marketplaces for this year's festival. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A pleasant Friday with sunshine and some clouds, the high 69 to 73. And partly cloudy and cool Friday night with lows ranging from 48 in a few inland spots to 57 along the coast. Partly sunny for Saturday, another nice day, high 73 to 73.